when we first got the van. The guy that I bought it from did mention that the reversing camera was not working.
So what did you do about it?
Well, first thing I did was knock 500 quid off the asking price for the van. Because the local motorhome dealer guy said it could cost up to £1,000 to fix it. So we shared the cost of that, which is 500 quid.
And did you take it to the dealer?
I did take it to the dealer, yes, I did. And they had the van for a day. They did some investigations, and when I picked it up, they said it was definitely the camera, because the wiring was delivering power to the camera. Therefore, it had to be the camera, which is not true, because it could have been a fault on the wiring that carries the signal back to the display. But anyway, that's what they told me. It was definitely the camera.
Did that cost you any money?
Well, I spoke to them about what it would cost to replace the camera, and they advised me that the camera would be almost £500, and they would only charge me £100 to fit it. So that's 600 quid. £600 is a lot of money.
So what did you do?
Well, I thought to myself, let's not be hasty, let's not rush into this, let's look at options. One option is don't have a reversing camera. Another option is to fit an aftermarket thing that would require an extra display stuck on the dash somewhere, getting in the way, and would require batteries or wiring up for power. Or another option is just look around and see what we can find. And I'd already had the camera out the back of the van, the original one, because I wanted to check it wasn't just a connector. I thought, well, if it's a connector, I'll clean up the connector and it'll all work fine. It'll cost me nothing at all. But there were no connectors at that point. So I already knew what it looked like. So I went on eBay, searched for reversing camera, and there it was! On the first page of my eBay results, there it was, the exact same thing, looked exactly the same as the one in the back of the van here, and the price was £3.79. Well, that's worth a go, even if it doesn't work. When we first got the van and I removed the camera from the sort of recess that it was housed in, the wires came out, but there were no connectors anywhere. So I thought I was going to have to cut the wire and make up connectors to make a proper connection. But when it came back from the dealer, somehow they'd pulled the wiring through so that the connectors were accessible. And there's just two, I think they're called DIN connectors. It's like a pin inside a circular outer, and they're just pushed together. Simple as that. Well, how about that?
What?
The dealer has put in bigger screws because the old ones had stripped the thread out of the casing.
Oh well, at least that money you spent.
Yeah, it's only 50 quid per screw. There we go. Oh my god! This
What?
is better than anything ever!
What?
Fantastic! They've done a very nice job. That was 100 quid well spent. Before it went, all of this was hidden inside the bodywork.
Right.
And they've pulled it all out.
Yeah.
So now I can get these connectors and just plug the new camera in instead of having to cut the wire.
That's
That is fantastic.
that's worth the money you paid.
That means that they actually tested it with a camera of their own and know that it's the camera. They didn't say that. They said, oh, the camera's getting power. No, they wouldn't have bothered pulling it out unless they were going to plug a new camera in, which they did, and found a new camera solves the problem. So now I know the new camera is going to solve the problem. So yeah, so fitting it was a case of taking the screws out to remove the camera, pulling the wiring out a little way, disconnecting the DIN connectors, plug the new camera in and put it back in. The only thing you really need was a screwdriver, a step ladder, and a pair of hands, really. Like that. And there's the connectors, like that. Even the same colour and everything.
Yep.
So if I just get it mounted into that plate, connect it up and turn the right way up, you should have a picture. adjuster.
Right, this is going to be the moment of truth, is it? You just
Nearly there.
you have to screw it back in to test if it works, do you?
Drive off half cocked through.
Oh. It's just then, if you didn't screw it back in, you'd know if it was upside down or not. And it might save you a job.
Oh, the new screws are too big for the job.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. That's really quite unfortunate. Okay, 7 out of 10. Right, now, it's not guaranteed. I'm hopeful. It's not guaranteed.
I'm just...
Oh, there we have a picture. That's my stepladder.
I guess... What? Is the picture upside down?
Doesn't matter. It's just rotating the camera.
I'll have to take the... Don't know if I can see that on the screen. Oh my gosh! Do you know what?
That just saved us £477-ish, give or take a penny or two.
So basically, you were quoted how much?
Nearly 500, 480 I think.
And it's cost you £3. Oh no, it's cost you 100 and something.
The dealer charged me £120 to do the diagnostics work and pull in the... They didn't tell me they'd done this, but they pulled the cabling through, which made it a lot easier to fit the new cable.
Right, so it's cost 150 plus £3.50. Instead,
120 plus £2.
120 plus £123.50
Yeah.
versus
600 quid.
plus if you add the extra 120 to the 600
That was
quid.
with the 120.
All right, okay. So that's a lot of money, and it works. I won't have to
It's a
run out every
nice clear
time.
picture.
I won't have to run out every time you need to reverse now. Oh my god! But is that upside down, that picture?
Not exactly upside down. It's out by what? About 100 degrees.
Oh. Yeah.
So I just have to rotate it around in the plate.
You got to know which way around to rotate
Yes.
it now. But that's fine because that'll be like a 10-minute job. That's taken less than 10 minutes to fit that camera. So if anyone's having trouble with their reversing camera and they know it's the camera, they can jump on eBay.
Well, even if they don't know it's the camera, it's worth swapping it for £3.97.
Yeah,
£3.79 I think it was.
yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed by that. And you're made up, I can tell.
Yeah, it's a nice little fix. You know, and I'm going to buy another couple now to keep for spare,
Yeah,
because obviously they're a bit unreliable, shall we say.
because they're £3 from eBay, but yeah. No.
But that's probably exactly the same thing that the manufacturer sourced when they made the vehicle,
Yeah, yeah.
because it looks identical.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. I am.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So which way's it got to go then?
90
That way.
degrees.
It's got to go
90
that
degrees.
way.
To the right, clockwise.
Clockwise.
90 degrees clockwise.
Actually, you could watch it whilst I said it, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I could.
Yeah.
There he is. Even his stepladder.
There was a bit of faffing about to get the alignment right, because the one in this van, the camera's got a circular body and it's located in a oblong plate with a circular hole cut in it. So when you put it in, it's bound to be at the wrong angle. So when you look on the display, it's not horizontal. So there's a bit of faffing about with somebody looking at the display saying -5 degrees, +5 degrees, and somebody at the back twisting it to get it just right. That was the trickiest bit of the whole process, getting it exactly horizontal. And that was it. But that was, I don't know, 3 months ago, and it still works perfectly fine. And I'm very happy with it. It's the best £3.79 I ever spent.